All right. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Seeing if you guys can hear us. First, let's see if you guys can hear me. Hear if make sure the audio's okay. Make sure the music isn't too loud. Hey, everybody. Yeah, my All right. You can hear me. Great. Let's go ahead and see if you guys can hear our guest.
Hello. Hi, everybody. How are you doing today?
And yes, today we have Pumpkin Potion. Right now we don't have Lady. We'll see if Lady can stop in. We may have an idea why Lady isn't here today. So we'll go into that a bit later. But yes, today we have here Pumpkin Potion. Thank you so much for joining us. And could you introduce yourself for our audience?
My name is Pumpkin Potion. I am a full-time VTuber right here on Twitch TV. I am a musician, I am a content creator, and I am a senior level community manager. And
yeah, we have a lot of cool things happening here with this particular VTuber. Let's go ahead and just jump off into it. Firstly, this is where we
is my mic a little too loud?
I think actually we're good now. I just had the Discord up super high.
Okay, I saw a couple people complaining, and so I was reeling my head like way back off.
False, you okay? Your mood looks a little dark. Yeah, so I'm having some fun with the halftone colors here, just in VC face, but nowhere near as good looking as our guest here. Lots of cool stuff happening there. Thank you very much, Cesario, for the 4 months and the tier 1 membership, saying, did False and Lady forget to pay the color bill? Then again, can't wait for fan art of 30s FalseEyeD and Lady. Oh,
let's go. I want to see it too. Can I see it too? If you guys do 1930 stuff of False and Lady, can I see it? Please ping me.
So yeah, we have here a small description here. An ink and paint gal from the 1930s, living life in the 2020s. An incredibly unique look that immediately just grabs your attention. Let's go ahead and start off with this. What was your inspiration here for your design, if I may ask?
Well, when I started getting into VTubing, I really wanted to do something that was kind of outside of the norm a little bit. You know what I mean? And I have always had a love for older style cartoons, stuff like Betty Boop, Bosco, Felix the Cat. And so when I came in, I was like, I really want to do something from that era, really push the whole black and white aesthetic, the old-fashioned golden age Americana. And so I started working on the model concept. And me, myself, I'm really into the goth subculture. I really like that type of stuff. I really like horror genre. So when it came time to put my brand together, I decided this is what I want and this is what I like. And we're going to just, right in together.
So a longtime fan of that kind of art style there, kind of the Max Fleischer style and all that.
Yes.
It sounds like, yeah. I couldn't help but kind of look back earlier this morning to some of the info on Betty Boop, and it's interesting that she was like perfectly in the 1930s, right?
It's a wild ride. She has a heckin' interesting history going from black and white to color, back to black and white to color. She's been used in a lot of political stuff as well, so she's kind of a staple of the ages,
And her original run though was like perfectly. It was like 1930 to 1939 exactly, like exactly that. So I have to ask, was it difficult? Because I don't mean to pry, but I didn't see like a modeler or an artist here. Was it hard getting this like aesthetic down? Was it a few trial and error tries or not?
I generally had the idea of exactly how I wanted to look, and I knew a lot about the designs from that time period. So I just put it together, and it was pretty much a first time. This is
Oh, wow.
exactly what I want it to be. I have to make sure that the eyes look a certain way, the hair moves a certain way, and the hairstyle was something that was correct for the time period as well. So yeah, it was just nope, this is it. It's on paper, boys. Let's go. Like, we're done.
And so we have a little bit of info here for you, but let's move on to this part here, because this is hilarious. Well, what do we have here? This is it. This is the most low-key Twitch partner announcement I've maybe ever seen. This is it. Here we go. I got a check mark. What's it mean? Yeah. Hashtag Twitch partner. Like, it just happened. Wow.
I like to slide under the radar a little bit. No big party announcements. It's just like, hey, look, I got a purple thing. That's cool. That's pretty aces. All right, sure. Big announcement here, and actually it looks like, yeah, it's not even been 2 weeks actually since the partner here. No, it hasn't.
Was there like a big push, or was this just kind of something that was built up to for you?
This was something when after my debut, I only debuted back in December, as a matter of fact. So I'm pretty new to the scene even still. And I started streaming as a VTuber back in December. Well, I decided that I really wanted to make it one of my major goals to actually be a Twitch partner by the end of the year, like this year. So I was we'll work on this and like slowly get there. And then all of a sudden it was like, you're invited to the Twitch partner program. I was like, oh, let's see how that goes then. And boop. Here we are, I guess.
When you said end of the year, I thought you meant like the month you started. Like, you started in December.
No.
It's like, okay, we're going for partner.
No.
Our first month.
No. That's a little bit overzealous. As my past career as a community manager for so long, you kind of learn to space these things out a little bit, So I was like, the end of the year is a reasonable goal, like 12 months, slowly work towards it, get into affiliate, get into this. It happened in a couple of months, and so now I have to set new goals for the end of the year, and I don't know what those are going to be yet.
3 months, just knock it out, like no problem. So perfect. Yeah.
Apparently.
So let's go back a little bit there, because this is interesting. Why a VTuber? What was there any direct inspiration? Anyone that you saw, or have you been into VTubers for a while?
This is gonna be kind of funny, but last summer when I was thinking about kind of leaving where I was working, I used to work in AAA gaming, and things are not so great. So I was starting to think about like what I wanted to do, like what am I passionate about, what do I want to do, how do I want to exit the situation, and I saw VTubers for the first time, and I was like, this is wild. I want to check this out. This is wild. I want to do this. And so I sat down and I started to really plan out on a career level, like, is this possible? What is the financial needs for this? What's the income wise, and started really doing like debt to income ratios, really getting down into it on a career level. And I was like, fellas, I can do this. This is possible. I'm gonna do this. And then so I just did. I made a model. I jumped on into the ball pit, if you will. And a couple months later, here I am, a Twitch partner, hanging out with you.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Nice.
No complaints.
If I may ask, was there any particular VTubers? Were they on Twitch or YouTube that inspired you, or was it just the whole culture that was like, okay, yeah, this is it?
The whole culture to me was wild, because I was used to working in video games, and some of that stuff is very heavy. But I did watch quite a lot of Vividly Vivi, who knew me and my content before. She knew me and my content before I became Pumpkin Potion. And so yeah, I I watched her stuff, and it was just, she looked like she was having such a fun time. And at that point, I was like, let's just do it. Let's just get in the ball pit. Let's just do it. Do the thing.
Of course, we've had Vividly Vivi as one of our earlier guests here, and I noticed
she was.
I noticed she was really amped for this particular episode this morning. So this is starting to come together. I'm starting to
she's such
piece
a
it
sweetie.
together here.
She's such a sweetie, and I adore her so much.
I'm probably a little on the slow upside here. We have your handle here, Pumpkin Potion, but also TTV. Is that like is that a moniker or a site, or what is that, if I may ask?
It's literally Twitch TV.
Okay, that's it.
yeah. There's no additional surnames or anything like that. It's just, hi, I'm that 1930s dame on Twitch. Yeah, remember me? Yeah, that's pretty much what that is.
It's a thing where it's like sometimes I overthink this stuff. Where it's like, okay, should I keep VTuber? That's kind of how it was when I came back in the scene. Do you put VTuber in your handle? Does that matter?
She's got a code. We have to decipher the code for the news.
But so beautiful style, of course. Obviously, just amazing. Just kind of discipline to sticking with this aesthetic. Was it difficult finding other artists to find this kind of aesthetic, or had you kind of already known them for a little bit of time too?
I knew some for a little while. One of the people that I know that also worked with me for like my merch stuff, his name is Jacob Pack, and he worked on the Netflix show for Cuphead. He's a character designer and a storyboard cleanup artist. So he worked with me for a little while, and he's done a lot of like helpful background stuff for my lore as well. He did my spiders. If you've been to my stream, you know my spiders. I have 2 spiders that live in my little apartment, and yeah, so he had a really good idea as far as character designing and kind of helping me out in that direction. But the model design itself was 100% me. Amazing.
So I'm sorry, do we have his correct page up here? Is this who we're looking at? Or is this another individual we should be looking at?
Stream is falling behind. I can't tell.
There's going to be a lot of that.
Oh, yeah. I expect it. I'll be able to tell you when it comes up, though.
Sure. Because what we had here, it looks like we had... I noticed a piece of art, and then I looked at it and was like, wait a second, I saw them in their credits here. Yeah. Freelance character designer at Netflix on the Cuphead show.
Yes.
Let me ask you this. How tired of are you about hearing about Cuphead at this point?
You know what? I'm honestly fine about it. Like, it doesn't really bother me that much, because every single time somebody comes into my stream, it's like, oh, are you Betty Boop? And I'm like, if I only got paid that much.
Right.
No, but then the second question they asked are like, have you played Cuphead on your channel yet? Like, yes, I have. I just want to let everybody know I've played Cuphead and I know what Cuphead is. I want to let you guys know this right
now. So yeah, while you're trying to bring up the stream there, we do have this artist, and they had some really incredible just outright art here. Blight in the Night.
Yes, it's one of my posters.
Haunted Harmonies presents Pumpkin Potion.
Yeah.
Blight in the Night. Yeah, this looks just absurdly of the era. It's uncanny, actually, just how
he did a
on the money
really
this
good
is.
job. We worked on the concept for this for about 2 full weeks for both posters, and he wanted to do something that was very like Fleischer ghosts, if you're familiar with Fleischer.
Yeah.
So wanted to do something that kept a little bit of the spooky horror aesthetic that I really enjoy, but also something that wasn't so scary it would put people off, because I don't want to make people uncomfortable with the horror. I just want to give them that cute Halloween kind of shindig. So he came up with a couple of poster designs for my lore of the cartoons from the 1930s that never aired. And so these were two of the posters that were put out by the studio. And yeah, and so now that they're available.
And is there any way to get our hands on one of these posters?
Yeah, I think we can arrange on that. I think we can do that.
Just wanting to know if our audience has any ability to get like prints of this art or not.
Yes, you can. All the art that I have is available right on my merch.
Nice.
Right off of Twitch. There's actually a link in my about page that'll take you to all my merch. It's got posters, it's got stickers of all my spiders and stuff, pin-up stuff for me. Yeah. He did all of it. He hand did all of it and designed the whole thing.
Let's take a look here. So
yeah, go for it.
so I'm actually looking at chat too. Thank you very much, Twilight, for the 5. Halloween is the best holiday of the year. I agree.
Absolutely.
Agree. Also, I think let me see here. Some of the other fun comments. Internet be thinking Cuphead invented vintage cartoons. Pretty good. And again, also, haven't I seen you with that black and white mouse on a train? So maybe on a steamboat, but yeah. So thank you again, Twilight, for the 5. All right. So yeah, we have a little bit more info here for Pumpkin. Saying I may not be as fancy as the other VTubers with their snazzy Technicolor animations, but you can bet I'm still aces. I'm a real golden age dame out here streaming on Twitch. If you're keen on music streams, spooky puns, and classic cartoon content, then Mit Me Kid, you found the perfect channel.
Mit Me Kid, you found the perfect channel.
But does any of that terminology come in normally at all for your streams, or does it just?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is the norm. You come over here, it's 1930s from the moment I hit live to the moment I'm offline. Yes.
I think this other part's actually really important too. I'm an advocate for mental and physical wellness and promote healthy lifestyles for fellow streamers and viewers alike.
I do.
And we can get into that and back into that, but yeah, it is basically what I've noticed is you actually actively really have real just chatting streams. Like there's topic at hand sometimes, right? And
yeah.
There's a bit of some kind of game plan there as far as, you know, an overall just chatting stream. So I've seen a lot of other VTubers like I am going out of my way to watch this because I want to be there to hear this. Yeah. Einhander with another 5. Thank you, Einhander with 5. By using that style, have you attracted an older crowd at all?
I have, actually. And it's kind of interesting because you get a mix of both, right? You get a mix of kind of both worlds in that regard, because there are some people that come in from the younger generation crowd because Cuphead's like real heckin' popular, right? But then on the other side, you get people that are older that, you know, grew up on things like Looney Tunes or grew up during that type of era where Saturday morning cartoons was still the big thing. And so my community is kind of this mix of both, and they get along respectfully because they both love the same content, which is amazing.
I'm seeing some other comments here. Time to bring Grandpa into the rabbit hole, the VTuber rabbit hole. Also, I saw another comment that you shared some stories with us last night on stream when we joined you. Teacher shenanigans, stream stories. Yeah. We won't make you recount all of that.
Yeah, that's a real long story. So.
But we will state that yes, Pumpkin can tell a story, no question about it. Oh man.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I like being able to, tell stories that I think people are gonna find entertaining. Personal stories from back when I was a little pumpkin seed, and people really seem to enjoy that because it's a way to connect with, like on a personal level. Everybody has high school stories, everybody has college stories, and it's just a really fun way to introduce people to who I am and the type of streamer I am.
So of course we have a little bit of your schedule here, 4 to 5 times a week. Is this like full time for you? Would you say, or is there some... Okay.
Yeah, I'm a full-time streamer. This is my full-time career choice. Yep.
And of course you're pretty open again about your experiences with game studios and such.
Yes.
As before that. And the ups and mostly it sounds like downs, to be honest. But
yeah, a lot of good times, but also a lot of things that, I do have a lot of people in my audience that get very excited about. I want to work in the video game industry.
Everyone does.
Everybody wants to work in video games, and from somebody that did work in video games for 10 years. I like to be very real about that and very honest about that, because sometimes people don't really know what they're getting into, and how hard it can be.
From my understanding, at least I saw some kind of statistic that basically said the average time for someone in the video game industry is around 7 years, right?
About
when they get in, when they get out. Yeah. So 10 years is even beyond that, right? Absolutely. And then they find, generally from my experience, they find a far more boring but far more stable and less taxing mentally kind of job at some point, in some way.
Yes. And mine, thankfully, coming over here and being a VTuber, I can say that mine is equally as exciting, but without all the garbage.
Yeah.
Without the garbage, yeah.
I don't want to go over this subject too much, but it's absolutely correct, as you said. So many people would love to get into the video game industry. What would you say to someone at this time if their heart is in it and they're going to get into the game industry? What would you say to them? Any recommendations? Anything that you'd say to that?
I would do your research, honestly. If it's something that you're passionate about and you're interested in, I think that everybody should have an opportunity to go in and do what they love. But I would recommend for people that are very unfamiliar and just chase the dream, to do your research. Yes. Do your research, because there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that companies specifically don't want you to know about. And you want to be aware of those things before you get locked into contracts, into employment, into NDAs where you're not allowed to say anything for 6 years. So, these are all very important things. And I just want all of you to know that I love you and I care about you, and I want you to take good care of yourselves so that if you go into that industry, that you are healthy and that you are mentally okay, because it does take a lot out of you. So I think that would be my advice. Follow what you want to do, but just be very educated and aware of what you're doing.
We have one of our mods here, Uji, saying a lot of people see the fun, creative indie stuff, but they don't see the crunch culture. Yeah. Oh, that crunch culture, so they go head first. Yeah.
Uji out here talking facts. Yeah, I see you in chat.
But Grace, I agree with her. Great advice for any career, actually, to that point. Absolutely. And so thank you for sharing that. And I noticed, looking over the rules, and we don't have to go too into it if you don't want to, but most of your rules kind of lined up very quickly with our very quick rules. But there was an interesting one here that I found that I've actually seen a few pretty at-length tweets in the past week on this, which is one of the rules to your channel is no trauma dumping. No trauma dumping.
Yeah.
Some things are best left with the therapist. Depreciation and trigger language are not allowed here. So it's been a topic that's been brought up. I've seen a lot on Twitter in the past week, especially with a lot of streamers. Anything more you'd like to say to that, or?
Sure.
Okay.
I know that things are really difficult for a lot of people, but most of us, I certainly will not speak for everybody, but most of us are entertainers. We are a place for people to come to feel comfortable and things like that. And when I have people in my chat who are discussing very, very heavy and deep topics that I am not somebody that is professionally trained to help them with, that can affect other people in my chat that may be going through similar things, that can affect me and my performance on stream. So I try to maintain a space that is comfortable and welcoming to everybody, and there are just some topics that are best left with a therapist, because I'm not somebody that's licensed or equipped to handle that kind of stuff. So my rule for that is basically that, like, everybody has a bad day, right? Like, everybody has moments where they're just, oh man, everything's just going wrong today. And that's understandable. But, some of those deeper topics are just things that I can't help you with, As much as I would like to, it's safer that I don't.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate, I would say, as a streamer, in that hasn't been an issue yet. I wouldn't be unsurprised if it comes up in some fashion in my streams. It's a piece where, I've been on the other side of this, where I'm the viewer, and there's that 2,000 audience streamer that I really, really like, and I check out their streams as much, and I feel like I have a connection with them, and oh my goodness, they read my comment, and I've been on the other side of that, and really feeling that I guess we consider it a parasocial relationship in some fashion, but on the other hand of it, we have to kind of consider the actual abilities of the streamer themselves, right? And it's a piece where, with my experience, I'm not going to be able to give you the time that you need. We like you, guys. We like you. We like you a lot. And we sometimes, we actually do want to know, like, how you doing, how your day is going, and
yeah, absolutely.
Even if it's real, sometimes, right? Like, it's a bad day, I had this happen. Like, that's fine. That can work for plenty of streamers, but there's just a difference there that I think you guys are probably pretty savvy with, and probably understand the difference between, going into great depth.
Yeah, there's a difference between, like, I stubbed my toe on the table versus my dog and my cat, and this person died, and this I am very sorry, but I am not equipped to handle that.
Right. And then their ghost robbed a bank. Like, what? Well, I don't understand what you're saying. I don't understand. So yeah, it's something that thankfully hasn't come up too much, but it's good that these are kind of like upfront in your rules here, because this has been something that a lot of streamers this past week especially have been really trying to define. I don't know if it's just people coming out of kind of some seasonal kind of pieces where they had to bring it up. Good to see it. Good to see it.
But yep, that's why I have it up there. That's why.
By the way, guys, not only does, of course, Pumpkin here have a Twitch, feel free to give that a follow, and we have the link below for her Twitter. Feel free to check it out there. Also, feel free to give the stream a like if you want to help push this out a little bit. Thanks for that.
Yes,
but,
thank you.
We also have a big old YouTube channel here too. Now, this, not to go too into depth, this has been a YouTube channel that looks like it's been around for a little time, but now it's kind of been, I would say, renovated and kind of repurposed a little bit. Anything you'd like to say about the channel here?
Well, I originally went under a different name. I was a YouTuber, a very pretty well-known, I guess, YouTuber quite some time ago. And I, back then, went under the name of Rock Elitist. I was a different persona because I was doing different things with my career at that time. I did a lot of Vocaloid covers. I worked with Krypton Future Media on Vocaloid and the Miku Expo in Los Angeles, New York, and Indonesia, doing a lot of their English work for them, and the English translation work for the Luca V4 demo when that came out. But as I started getting into like my 7th and 8th year starting to do Vocaloid, I got really burned out, right? I started to go through this motion of, I feel more like a singing machine than I do feel like a person or a personality. And, it was fun. Don't get me wrong. It was fun. But like when you wake up every single day and it's just Vocaloid, 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 Vocaloid. And then you wake up the next day, it's Vocaloid, Vocaloid. Like, that was the only thing. And every single time I put out like a new video or something like that, it just was, when's the next one coming out? When are we getting this Vocaloid song? When are we getting this Vocaloid song? And it got to the point where I was like, it'd be it'd be pretty aces to go do something I wanted to do for once. But I never really got the opportunity to do that. So I suffered from this pretty nasty burnout for a while. And then went into the video game industry, as you know, and then came out of that going, no, it's time to rebrand. I'm out of my burnout. We've got to do something real different. But I wanted to keep my music as part of it, you know, because music is part of me. So we just took my music and shifted the direction a little bit, and now we're here.
Very nice, very nice. And yeah, there's I think a few light bulbs going off in some of the chat. They're like, wait a second, I know you. Yeah, there's probably some of that, but
yeah,
I know you. Yeah.
I know her. I remember listening to Rock Leadus like a decade ago. That's crazy. Yo, Choco Milk. yeah, that's me. That was me. Yep. So, yep, that's who I used to be. And a lot of people are very, I guess, careful around the subject, which is interesting to me. Because I was very straightforward when I came out and decided to do my debut. I told everybody that, you know, this is the place I was at, this is how I felt, this is what I went through. And I believe in being very transparent with your community in that way. So some people knew that I was Rock Leadist, and some people are finding out for the first time, which is heckin' wild, to be honest. But I feel like people are just like, you know, we can't talk about her being Rock Leadist. We can't talk about that. And yeah. And I think people are worried that they might offend me, or, you know, may bring back the dark times. You know? And but no, I look at it that even though I experienced that burnout, even though I experienced a lot of you know, what I was going through at the time, I feel like that, and just like being in the video game industry, both they help define me, who I am as a person right now. So because I went through those, because I experienced that, and because I had different brand changes, I'm able to be a better me because I had that past experience. And so, no, I don't look at it as something I want to like hide and shove under the rug. And no, I just look at it as it was me like 10, 12 years ago. It was me during a different time, and I learned a lot during that time.
Crypto Max, thank you very much for the 5. Glad you're in a better place, Pumpkin.
I am. Thank you. Thank you. That's really kind of you, pal. I appreciate that.
So we have, again, a nice new form of content here. Would you say these are just some snippets of your Twitch streams at this time? Any other plans for the YouTube at this time?
Right now, they're just kind of snippets because I'm not the most amazing editor, to be honest with you. That is something that I'm trying to learn and practice a little bit better. So right now it's clippets, snippets, things that I myself feel like I can edit in not the worst way possible. But I would like to be able to put more of my music on there, and other projects and things that I've been doing over time. I do have something on there right now called what I call Twitter Tunes. And Twitter Tunes are small, like 1 minute or under clips of me singing music that I've done, that I just put up on my Twitter feed every once in a while, just to have people have a brighter day, basically. Nothing special to them, just hope you're having a great day, pals. Here's something to keep you motivated. Because everybody needs a little bit of piece of positivity, you know? Like, everybody needs a little bit of that sometimes. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing with it right now.
Would you be comfortable with us maybe listening to one or two of those on stream here today?
Oh, the Twitter Tunes? Sure, yeah, knock yourself out.
I believe that's what we may have. I'll pull them up here in a moment. But yeah, so just kind of going way back there to, again, what you were talking about with burnout. I have the topic of VTubers, right? Like, and there's always a nagging thing in the back of my mind of like, oh man, you're going to burn out on VTubers. You're talking about them every day, and then still somehow, some way, I don't know how, it's not happening.
Haven't experienced it myself.
I guess it's because there's this, it's a whole scene. There's so many of them. They're doing different things. And it's just evolving like crazy at this point, that in ways I'm not used to. I've not really been a part of a scene this deep before. So I think a lot of others that have been in scenes, whether it be like ASMR, whether it be anime, whether it be this or that, are kind of gone through some of these cycles already, but it's all brand new to me. So yeah, thankfully.
Finally putting your feet in the deep end of the pool there, False?
Feels like. But how about you? I mean, you've been in it for since your debut for a good 3 months now. Has your perception changed at all about VTubers?
No, y'all bunch of pretty wild people.
Yeah. That's why I was like, we gotta start making videos about what they're talking about. People gotta know.
I have a difficult time catching up with everybody and that's kind of the one thing about going from like Vocaloid and working on video games versus doing something like this is because I end up in a situation where I'm doing Vocaloid every single day. I'm basically doing the same thing every day. I have become a machine for my vocal cord usage, like that burns you out. But when it comes to VTubers, there's so many different people doing weird stuff that's so different every day. Like, you've got people over here like me doing the 1930s shindig, then you've got you and Lady doing a full-on newscast situation, then you have oh my god, there's so many. Then you have like the HoloLive people that are doing it on like a corporate level. You've got indie people. You've got like there's a talking lamp out here, people. There's a talking lamp. I've seen like a gun with googly eyes on it. Y'all out here killing it. And that is why this is so wild to me, because every single person has a different view on what it means to be successful on a different creative level. And one of the things that really surprised me when I first got into VTubing versus where I am now is when I first got into it, I saw like a sea of anime, right?
Yeah.
A sea of anime.
That's VTubers. That's it.
Yeah, that's
the only
VTubing,
thing.
right? Yeah. So, that's kind of what all I thought it was. That's all I thought it was for a long time. I was like, it's specifically anime. But then as I started getting into it, I start seeing people really branching out and being a lot more creative and doing something that's so unique and different and against the grain. And I realized that we have so many creatives here in the VTubing community. And sometimes the stereotype of what people see at the beginning, because people that don't understand VTubing, right, their first impression is, oh, it's a bunch of weird anime girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Finger quotes.
The both of us, of course, well, not me, but you, of course, are using clearly a voice changer and a 42-year-old man, correct? I mean,
totally. Totally. Yeah, I'm a freaking boomer. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no actual women that are VTubers.
Yeah, women don't exist on the internet.
No, never have. Not once.
But you get what I'm saying, though. So it was such a refreshing eye opener and really interesting to be able to come into the community, and there's always something different to see. People are always coming up with new ideas to stream, new content to do, and it's never really the same thing from day to day. So I feel like that's why you can really avoid the burnout doing stuff with VTubing, because there's just so much going on. You fellas are wild all the time.
So we have here a very particular video that I wanted to pull up. This is exploring the most cursed house. This is exploring the most cursed house I've ever seen. I'll just keep it here on this one. On this particular one.
Oh my god, this house!
I was so happy when I saw this. I think I saw
this house.
Someone gave me the link to this place. Like, it feels like in the last 2 years. And so I went on my own journey. I was in this house for like 2-3 hours.
No.
I was in this house for 2 or 3 hours.
False. I'm sorry.
Could you explain what we're looking at here?
Okay. So the deal with the house. Somebody. There was a friend of mine. Her name is It's Nobelium. She's a fellow streamer. And she went through this house, and I was on her stream while she did it. She's a good pal. And her friend had sent her the link to this house, okay? And this house has some sort of weird internet history to it, right?
Yeah.
A weird history that, like, I do not understand whatsoever. So we said, we'll go through it, whatnot. And as you start going through the house, as you start exploring this house, you realize it's like a house. It's like a weird basement situation. I don't know how many people are living there. There's like animals. There's a bathroom for some reason with 2 toilets that are just next to each other. Like, you can hold hands. I don't know why. There's there's like a baptism bathroom in there. Like it's a wild adventure. But the fun thing about this was the fact that all of this comes with and here's the censure. It comes with a scavenger hunt. So there's a list of items that you have to find in this decrepit old nasty house. And so yeah, we did a stream about it just for funsies. And there are several different lists. There's like a list for the easy stuff. Can you find this easy stuff? And then there's the really hardcore stuff. Like, can you find this specifically titled DVD in the back room? You know. But yeah, so it's. I don't even know how to explain it properly. It's just a real wild ride of an experience. I would never want to live there. You could not pay me to live there.
It looks like an almost normal house from the front here, from the look of it. But then you get into it, and the actual like architecture of it makes no sense. It's like three houses in one, almost.
It's like a weird urban legend of a situation. I think there's like an article somewhere that just deeply, I'm not sure if it's that one, but there's like an article somewhere that deeply explains the person that owned the house, and that it, I guess, used to be a church, and there was some sort of underground pathway that connects. Like, it makes no sense to me at all.
Yeah, I'm seeing some of the comments here. 3-in-1 house version. Are we sure the house isn't an SCP? It's the ultimate VTuber house for friends. It's the strangest thing to me was actually, like, it felt like 2/3 of it was just DVDs. It was just nonstop. Like, what are you shipping these out? Why are they here? It's I don't know. There was so much.
And the worst part is like a lot of the DVDs, they went from like DVD concerts right up to some very adult content.
Right.
And there was no rhyme or reason that these things should be next to each other for any reason whatsoever.
Yeah. There's no catalog here. There's just nothing. No rhyme or reason is what we had here. Yeah, I was just overjoyed when I saw there was a video on this. So yeah, again, highly recommended if you guys have time to watch Pumpkin take you on a tour of whatever this place is. Yeah.
It's kind of a wild ride, but just do note that there is some there's some cuss words in there. You're gonna see some stuff in that house that maybe is not appropriate for kids. So I just want to throw that out there, that it's not a good family friendly time, if you understand my meaning.
So here we have a Twitter post. Y'all like acapella? If you don't mind, I'd like to play this.
No, go right ahead.
Okay,
knock
so
yourself out.
Don't know if you'll be able to hear it here, since we'll see here. But and hello, Pam. Hello. Absolutely need to check this VOD. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. All right. Let me just make sure our volume is up here, and let's go ahead and take a look here.
The sky above us we have seen somewhere before, a night without stars. Tonight, now we both know they're brighter by far. And in that moment in the dark, a light between that beautiful spark. It shines, illuminates, brings us straight back to the start. So take my hand, try, just close your eyes, and here tonight let's dance beneath glittering galaxies. Traces of tears, they disappear when I feel you lead me so gracefully. The sorrow we know finally lets go, and we can see it's our destiny. I am with you, and you with me, together forever, the way it should be.
All right, just gonna go ahead and give that some applause there. Thank you.
Thank you. That's really kind. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. I'm happy you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, our chat is terrible with emotes, guys. So I'd just say to our mods, just approve all the emote stuff.
All of the pains of my living have left my body.
Just show all that stuff, guys. Just let it all
Aw,
through.
you guys are sweet. Thank you so much. That's heckin' kind of you. I
Uh,
appreciate that.
and we had one other I'd like to play. This is Garuda Valley from Zelda Ocarina of Time. Is my
Oh,
favorite to play during piano streams.
yeah, I do a lot of piano streams. This is like one
Well,
of my favorite ones to play.
let's go ahead and give this a play, everybody.
Oh boy.
There we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Uh, another,
Multi-talented threat, maybe not.
a little bit more
Thanks,
applause
fellas.
there.
Thanks, pals. I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. So we have yeah, someone here clearly musically talented, obviously. I mean, you know, we talked about the Vocaloid pieces here, but I mean, this is obviously still a very large part of your life. And
Yeah.
I mean, had you had any training? Have you been doing this for just ever and ever and ever? Where did all this come from, if I may ask?
Well, I come from a very musical family. My parents are both musical. They were in a band for a large number of years. My father was a DJ, so I had a lot of music in my life, like right from like tiny age right up to now. And we all play like 2 or 3 instruments apiece. We all sing different parts, and road trips were fun because you could just pick a song and we'd all just pick a part and harmonize with each other by ear. So
Oh,
I can read
wow.
music a little bit, but I'm very used to picking things up by ear and learning them by sound. So if I can hear a song or I can hear something from a video game that I enjoy, I generally will pick it up in like an hour or two and then start working on it as far as like arrangements and things. But yeah, we all play a couple instruments apiece. And piano is just one of my favorites. It's just the one that I play constantly. You know, I've always played piano, and between that and singing, it's just one of those things I love to do. I love to do it.
Any other instrument beside the piano that you try from time to time?
I own a couple of different guitars, both electric, acoustic, and a mix between the two. I own piano. I have a violin. I have a kalimba.
Wow.
I'm a busy dame. I play a lot of stuff.
Answer to that is yes. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So thank you for sharing that with us. Fantastic. One of the best things I've seen on my Twitter feed. Thank you for that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm happy that you enjoy.
But let's go ahead and get into just very quickly again back into your other kind of content that we can maybe sometimes see here. So we had this. If you've been following some recent events on Twitter about a certain PC giveaway, yes, we're talking about that today. What social representation can make or break you, the do's and don'ts of Twitter. Yeah, so again, social media and such, you know, these are the kind of, again, streams that I see a lot of fellow VTubers are like, okay, I need to get out here and listen to this, because these are the kind of topics that a lot of talents want to know about, right? Like, there's only so much direction we're kind of given here in the VTuber scene community. You know, how's the reaction been to some of these streams? Do you plan on doing more of these?
Oh, for sure. I love being able to take what I've done my industry knowledge and things along that lines, because you're right. When you start doing VTubing, when you start doing any sort of content creation, there's no real like handbook. No one comes at you and says, this is how Twitter works. This is how the algorithm works. Like nobody explains this to you. You just kind of wing it. But I'm very grateful that I've spent so long in the game industry, because we're trained to use these things. We're trained to understand the algorithms. We're trained to know how to draft tweets correctly, how to use hashtags, and like all this other intricate stuff that just kind of goes over the heads. So even if I'm not working in that industry anymore, I still have those skills. And what I want to be able to do is take those skills and teach other people, right? So I give you the skills that you need. I'm not going to do the work for you, but I'll give you advisory on like what works, what doesn't work, and why. And during when this tweet went out, this was when the what's the name of that?
Artesian builds.
Artesian builds. That's it. Artesian builds had their little fiasco, and I pretty much was like, well, today's the day for that, fellas. Let's get on it.
Yes.
So we took some time and we went over it and we talked about the decisions that they made, and not to point them out as being like, this is the wrong way to do it, but just as a like, I used it as a learning tool, as an example of this is why this was not a good idea, and actually discussed it with the community. I talked about like why making this apology video was not in their best interest, was not a good PR move from a professional industry standard, like why this is not a good move. And I could see in the video, that there was a lot of inexperience coming from the Artesian team, which I pointed out as well. So we had a very long talk about it. And this is the type of content I really like to do, like once in a while, where I will pull something, I'll go through my Twitter feed and I'll see what other VTubers are talking about, right? I'll see like whatever the trending thing is, and I'll see sometimes that there's discourse. I'll see sometimes that there's things going on, and I'm like, that could have been avoided. Let's talk about that. And I use those as examples to essentially teach people a better way to do things, or a better way to communicate, or a better way to approach their brand PR and overall community management, that I think would be helpful for a lot of people.
So if, say, I got in a hairy situation where, say, I had promised to pay my interns, and maybe I actually had no plans of doing that, and then I was maybe going to get in trouble or canceled for that. Could I go to you for some advice for that? Could I maybe go just right to you?
I got your back, False. I got you. I got you. Don't worry.
Not that that's the case. Not that that's the case.
I believe in you. You're fine. But yeah, I have helped some other people. I do have some clients under my belt on a personal level that I do work with. Just because they want to get into doing VTubing, and they want to get into doing content creation, but they don't know where to start. What am I good at? How do I write a tweet that doesn't make me sound like a moron? That kind of stuff. Not that anybody really has to worry about that, but and I help them put their content together. I help them figure out what they're good at, how to write things, how to set up their brand. So, this is what I was doing for 10 years. So if I can do it for EA Games and Ubisoft, why can't I do it for anyone else,
And that's correct. That's right. That's right, boys. Checks in the mail. Okay. Yeah, thank you for that.
Checks in the mail.
Checks in the mail. Don't worry about that. Anyways, great. Fantastic. We had also something else that was really cool here. I saw we had a spring themed contest. Bring your family-friendly puns and silly one-liners. Let's celebrate the first day of spring together. So, would you classify your stream as more family-friendly, or attempt to be family-friendly more than maybe your typical Twitch content?
I kind of ride this line of like PG-13 content. Like, I feel like that's kind of the line I ride. I don't like when people come in like dropping super 18 plus content. I'm not that type of streamer. A lot of people call me say so. I actually had to learn what say so meant. I know what it means now. I know what it means now.
Good.
So I was like, kind of, I guess. But, I'm still an adult. you know, I myself am still an adult, so, you know, you're going to hear some language sometimes. But when it comes to like the heavier topics, like content creation and talks about that, sometimes you're going to start getting into topic matter that is not exactly kid friendly, just because that's how the internet is, right? I mean, you know that of all people. So I kind of put it in like a PG-13. Like, don't be in here bringing sexual content and F-bombs, but like, we're adults. You know, it's fine. Just casual.
Yeah. I mean, my kind of understanding and just the kind of way I accept this is, to my understanding, at least with the terms of service with Twitch, and this might be true with YouTube, but if you have an account on these platforms, you're actually supposed to be 13 years of age and up.
Yeah.
So, again, it's not where we're overly worried about our influence on children or something like that. It's just like, we know that's the intended demographic, and you know, we both have YouTube channels. We know what the demographics actually generally break down to as well. So at least we have that kind of look. But it's like, yeah. So I feel comfortable doing the 13 and up at times. I feel like my time on Twitch, I've become a little bit more crass. I'm probably gonna reel back on that a little bit coming up, but yeah, it's just feels like also, again, as you said, like the subject matter that we sometimes talk about just leads to that. So
yeah, like sometimes you're gonna just approach things, or like especially you, False, you and Lady, you guys are gonna approach stuff that's kind of heavy content. You know, you're gonna approach stuff that's dramatic or potentially discourse, and that's just one of those things that people as an audience have to realize that, you know, we ourselves are entertainers, we're information providers, educators, what have you, but we ourselves are not responsible for you being on Twitch. You know, like that's kind of what it comes down to. So it's you're here at your own discretion, but if you tell me you're 12, I will remove you from my channel.
Yeah.
Because by contract I have to do that. So, but when I have events like this, that are like, you know, big public events, like come over and do a pun contest. You know, it's supposed to be lighthearted. It's supposed to be fun, and I don't want people coming in here and dropping like inappropriate or offensive jokes or political jokes. You know, because that really kills the vibe. It kills the vibe. You really have to read the room when you go into places. You know.
And I could also state, I'll actually tell my audience this. This is interesting. So in one of our recent videos, I think from the week prior, or the week prior to prior, we had one video. We actually had two videos hit about like 100,000 views. So thank you guys for that. And
heckin' yes!
One of them I did something different that I never done before, which is I kept the curses in. Actually, I kept an F-bomb in, and I kept two of the B's in because I just thought they were relevant to what was being talked about. And yeah, YouTube immediately was like, okay, no more ads on this, limited. So
demonetized.
Basically, I was like limited, or they basically say limited to no ads is how they classify it. And what I found was we had these two videos like one day after the next, 100,000 views each. And the one with the actual ad still on it, I can tell you guys, I want to let you guys know if you ever do YouTube content, it made 6 times the amount of revenue than the one with the limited ads on it. It's real. YouTube really cracks down on it.
Yeah.
They do.
That's why.
So it is just something I want to remind you. And again, you can be you, of course. You know, we don't want to stop you from being you, but boy, does it pay to be say so. Oh boy, does it. It really does. So just want to let you guys know. Okay. All right. Yeah, so once again, we had this amazing poster from one of your artist friends here. I just wanted to share that here. And again, we also do see from time to time some really, really fun fan art here. Blaze the Weirdo coming up with congrats to Pumpkin Potion on making partner your prize as Creb. What is this?
Yes,
what is this about?
As you can see, I am a fancy Creb. As you can see. Basically it's my Discord is kind of wild. Like I love everybody in my Discord, and the funniest thing about them is they're just so creative and funny about what they do. I have a lot of artists in my community and things like that. And there are times, like, no joke, False, there are times when the community's fine, mods are fine. I check in with everybody at the end of the night before I go to bed, make sure the mods are cool. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm going to bed. See you later. I'll see you in the morning. Happy time zones, whatnot. I get up in the morning and then like my media channel, like Share Your Art channel, is filled with nothing but me put into memes.
Nice.
That's it. So I get really funny like fan art. I get my face stapled on the funny stuff, and it never fails to make me laugh, honestly. So a lot of that gets put up on Twitter, and my favorites, I'm just like, I'll just retweet that. It's fine.
I've been told we have a slight black line. Let me see if I can remove that. So that just shows up from time to time. Thanks, guys. Okay. All right. And very quickly. Lady overslept.
Lady!
Lady, come on into chat. Come on into chat if you like. Yeah.
Hope you got a heckin' good nap out of that.
Step on into chat. We're gonna bring up her in just a moment. I had her on the docket. No worries. Yeah, got it. She's gonna be in chat with us. Just a moment, folks. I thought I was like, yeah. I would say like 10-1 odds she was sleeping. Actually, yeah. So, but yeah, if you guys are interested, she has her Discord link right on her main Twitter. Again, the Twitter link is below. Feel free to also hit that like button down below if you'd like to push out this stream or anything else with the channel. But thank you guys. Thank you for the support. All right. So I think we got some great understandings here. I guess one of my last questions, if I may ask, Pumpkin Potion. What's that about? As a name, was that just fanciful? Was there any meaning to that?
Yes and no. Halloween is like my favorite time of year. Like the
Same.
whole entirely thing
Same.
of Halloween. I have a lot of like personal events around Halloween as well. So I wanted something that was alliteration because catchy and cute. Something that was kind of spooky but not, didn't cross the creepy line. And that one just kind of came to me. I was like, I really like this. It's kind of cute, little bit of spooky, and it just stuck. It just stuck. So that was the name I ended up going with, and everybody seems to really like it. So
very, very spooky skeletons vibe here from that.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's perfectly what I'm going for.
All right. So yeah, Lady should be probably showing up in chat here in just a moment. As a matter of fact, I'm going to hold off on doing that until I know she's here so we can bug her together. But we do have other things happening here out there that we can go ahead and just quickly address. She's here. She is in chat. Hello, Lady. How are you?
Lady!
Yes, I did let them know that you overslept. Thank you for sharing that with me in private, that I then blurted out here on stream. That just occurred to me. Yeah, I hope you got some good rest. And yeah, Lady, again, has just been pretty busy. She's trying to get some streams in. She really is, but she got with us for 3 straight episodes. Love to have her on her episodes. And she shared this with us like late, absurdly late last night. Asking, does mayonnaise expire? My egg sandwich tastes a bit funny. I'm gonna repeat that. Does mayonnaise expire? My egg sandwich tastes a bit funny.
Yes, it does.
Lua Lucky, who we had very quickly on, just featured in the episode yesterday, saying mayonnaise expires so quickly.
I didn't know.
Yeah, so
Don't
Lady
get sick.
Lady made clear in our Discord when she was talking with our mods earlier, before she took her nap. She's maybe never seen on these containers the refrigerate after opening piece. I don't think she's ever noticed that on any container before. So yeah. Yeah, then she later told us, I have inhaled the sandwich. If I'm not on tomorrow, you know why. So, nope. She said she had woken up with some hives. So, that could be anything. That could be anything. That might not even be related to this. Who knows? So, Lady is the next Mista.
No.
For all we know, Lady is Mista. We don't know these things. We have no idea. We'll take a look at Mista and all the other fun folks with Niji Sanji English. Minnow Candy, Lady, please, I will literally cook for you. Whoa, no, wait a second. Hold on. Lady says she can make some things. Also tweeting out earlier.
But are you making the things with expired food? That's the question. Because you can make anything you want to, but if you're using expired food, that's really not going to matter much.
Just saying, not to flex or anything, but I can make you sandwiches, fried rice, and skaft umarice. I know, I'm amazing. That's the fine print potion, wink wonk. Okay.
Lady building up that android immune system with extensive stress testing.
So Boost, thank you so much for the 5. Thank you. It was nice knowing you, Lady. Yeah. But Stomach of Steel is what we have here.
Man, I'm jealous.
So yeah, no judgments on. Well, I mean, I'm always judging Lady, but no judgments that she couldn't be here today. Perfectly understood why.
More like Mayoned.
Okay. Let's take a look out there. What else is happening with VTubers? Well, firstly, we do have Niji Sanji English. Lots of fun things happening with these folks. We have Uki Violetta, the psychic from Niji Sanji EN's Noxix group. And they are actually now at, 1 million views on their original lore song. 1 million views on their original lore song. And Jesse Lockhart, thank you for the 5. I can attest Lady's fried rice sandwiches are the best. Thank you very much for the 5, Jesse. Thanks for sticking around, hanging out. So 1 million views on the original song here, saying, thank you all so much for 1 million on Deja Vu. I'm seriously at a loss for words and am just feeling all the love and support from my stargazers. Thank you to everyone who worked on that this song with me. This vision would not have been realized without you all. Incredibly impressive. If I may ask, and excuse me if I hadn't seen any plans for original songs or more cover songs, or could we maybe expect that kind of content maybe to show up on your YouTube in the future?
Me?
Yeah!
I actually do have original pieces already on my YouTube.
So, we have, again, Boogie Wiggy Buggle Boy, short version, other pieces here. So, really highly recommend you guys get out here. All right.
I wrote an Animal Crossing song that makes people cry, and I don't play it on, I don't play it very often.
I'm in the way. No wonder I didn't see this. I'm in the way. Hold on.
Yeah.
There we go.
See,
Animal Crossing original song, My Favorite Town.
Yeah, I got a couple originals floating around.
Nice. Any plans for any upcoming songs?
There are a couple that I do want to work on. I want to do a couple of Peggy Lee covers, and probably those first though. I think those are the ones I'm probably going to focus on the most right now.
All right, let's go ahead and now move very quickly. Talking about, I gotta let you know, talking about Niji Sanji English is always a challenge. I'm not gonna read this out loud. You guys can see that on screen and just understand what they're saying here. That's fine. But this was like they were tweeting from. Literally, this is from what? A month ago? So we have that. And then it goes back. So then, Uki saying on the same day, not only does he steal hearts and valuables, he steals jokes too about Alban Knox. And we go back even further. Yugo Asama saying some more these nuts jokes. Then we go back further, and literally, there's some literally Raymo Indo saying, "I'll copyright your for using my face without credits." This is a fun group. This is a fun group. Has you're out there now in the VTuber scene. Is there any other VTubers that you've thought of maybe collabing more? Have you done collabs with other VTubers to any length?
There are a couple people I'd really like to collaborate with. But I always told myself that when I decide to collab with other people, I want to make sure that like we have similar vibes, because my community tends to be kind of low key, kind of chill energy. And so when you bring them over in another place, it's just, they get a little jostled. So, but yeah, I definitely would like to collab with more people that, that I can get to know. And, yeah, that's definitely in the cards for the future, 100%.
Lo-Fi Bob saying, Pumpkin, ask them to join the planned Powerpuff Girls script read. What's this about?
Oh, Lo-Fi, why you gotta do this to me? Why you gotta do this to me, like, right here, right now? What is this? So, long story short, we will cut this to a small situation.
Sure.
We were talking about, like, old 90s stuff, right? We're, like, nostalgizing about, like, old 90s stuff. And I found out on the stream, somebody told me that there was an old Sailor Moon that America tried to make, like, a real-life version of it for young teens in the 90s, and it's awful. It's so bad. And so it kind of turned into a joke in my community because I watched the trailer for it on stream, and I don't think I've laughed that hard ever in my entire life. It's so bad. It's like one of the worst things I've ever seen. And now the community has taken and run with it, and so now we have an emote of me doing one of the actions from the Sailor Moon thing, which is now an emote on my channel.
Let's not forget about
overnight.
Let's not forget about Team Angel. Okay. So many new questions we have here.
Why I gotta go out like this, though? Yeah, they were gonna call it Team Angel, as a matter of fact. It wasn't gonna be Sailor Moon, it was gonna be Teen Angel. And it's a train wreck. You ever want something to watch for 30 seconds that just makes you want to quit life? It's that. It is that. Like, check, please.
Let's see here. Just real quickly, have you typed in chat yet?
Me? No.
Yeah.
Should I?
Yeah, go ahead. Just want to see if you show up here.
Hey, pals. There you go.
All right. And get wrenched. Okay, there you go. Have fun with that. We do that. Have fun with that. Get wrenched. All right, so good info. We'll be using that against you. I mean, we'll be giving context whenever that comes out sometime soon. But we also have more with Niji Sanji English here. We have Nina Kosaka. This has been a lot of fun on her feed lately. Firstly, coming to us with this, if you know, you know, hashtag Niji Breakfast. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and
No.
no to this. Chat, is this caviar? Is this like caviar out of a tube or something like that? It's fish paste. It's fish paste. Okay. That is caviar. Okay. So they tried this. So for those who don't know, Nina Kosaka is on vacation right now. She's in Europe, and so she stopped in to England and was going to do an offline collab with Mr. Rias. It turns out not only was Mr. there, but also Vox Akama and Ike Evelyn. So it was 4 of them on a very surprise offline collab. And I believe Ike busted this out. He's from IKEA land, so his tastes are a little bit different. And the reactions were very different as well. So Nina and Ike, big fans of it. But Mista and Vox, maybe not so much. Maybe
Relatable content.
Maybe there in the background you can see they're having a little bit of a different reaction there. So yeah, that's a little bit of what we saw. Again, another interpretation here by Amaya. Let's eat. Yeah, I believe it did come out of a tube. It looked like it came out of a tube of some kind. So there we have it. But yeah, the amount of artwork out of this collab has been insane. We are barely scratching the surface. Here we have the 4 here from Egg at Egg 9590. And also this piece from Jubaton, again, giving us Nichisanji Ian IRL collaboration. Thanks a lot. So stylish. And there's, of course, other interpretations. Bye, Lou. I love watching these streams. They cheered me up and generally were really wholesome. Thank you. So, yeah, the 4 had their time. The Niji family. But unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. And they have now said their goodbyes. Firstly, Nina saying, I miss Mista already earlier this morning. And then later saying, I miss them. And Alouette also with Niji Sanji English saying, you guys will definitely meet again. I'm glad you made lots of good memories. And I don't have it in front of me, but basically Vox Akuma said, I've had so much fun. I am home. Like, he actually feels like he is among his peers now. He's found his place now in life with them. So just a very uplifting group here that's met up. If I may ask, we talked about this very quickly, but is there any other folks that in your life that know you're a VTuber now, or any friends, family, anything like that?
Oh yeah, I mean I don't keep that a secret from like anybody. So they're just like, hey, what are you doing? What's your career choice? And I'm like, I'm an animated girl from 1930. I think it's great. Yeah, my mom knows, my brother knows, my friends, family, like everybody generally knows, and they're all really supportive. In fact, my mother thought that was like the coolest thing she'd ever seen.
Wow.
She was like, this is so cool. Yeah, she sits in on my piano streams and stuff too. She hangs out. Oh yeah.
You know, if I may say though, like
my brother subs to my own Patreon, which is like the weirdest thing.
Oh, wild.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say also, could we argue that your aesthetic kind of is just more of that kind of known aesthetic? I mean, do they know anime? Do they know? Did they know VTubers at all before you, or was this okay?
No.
So this was their first exposure. Wow.
Yeah. Yep. I was pretty much like, well, what are you gonna do now? You're out of the game industry. Like, what's your plan?
Oh,
and
right.
I'm like, so this is what I'm gonna be doing. And it took them a little while to understand, but then once they started watching the streams and they started to see, me talking to people and doing what I do, they were into it, and they just think it's really cool. They think it's really aces that I'm able to do this kind of thing and make it a career choice, full time. So yeah, they support me 100% on this. They like it.
Is your brother in chat right now? You don't have to answer that, but
no, he's not in chat today. No, don't worry. They all got stuff going on today. They'll catch the VOD later.
We also have some other happenings that, of course, we'll be talking about tomorrow. So let's go ahead and, of course, as we do, head out to Crazy Ollie with Hololive Indonesia. And, we can usually expect her to talk about debuts and other Hololive news. And here we have it. We do have our third and final member of Hololive Indonesia's Gen 3 debuting earlier today. That being Kobo. Courageous saying, As precious as she is bullyable, do not miss it. Wild design here. We're really loving the animation here on the hair, of course, meant to kind of look like water waves, naturally. And not to give away, I saw a clip. We're not going to play it here, but I saw a clip by Velocity that she also plays instruments. She went to go get her guitar, and then the guitar fell over, and yeah, it's a good time.
It didn't break, did it?
I don't think so. I don't think so. That would have been a heck of a debut if it did. Beguiling Bear, thank you very much for the 5. Mom and fam collab when fam collabs are wholesome gold. I don't know if you've ever considered something like that, like a mom or a family collab on your stream.
If they wanted to, I certainly wouldn't say no. It'd be fun to do like a music collab. My brother, I was in my brother's band for a number of years. We did venues and things like that, and nice. He's got an amazing setup. He's got a whole like cave of music stuff going on. So it'd be fun to do like a jam stream or something like that someday if he was feeling it. Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, earlier we had actually Bree at Cookie Box. She's a bun tuber, and she had her mom on earlier, and I was like, oh no. Like, well, the thing is, Bree is incredibly talented. She can do a lot of like modeling and rigging and things like that, and a bunch of other fun stuff. But she can also curse up a storm. Like the way she uses.
Does her mom know?
The way she swears is art. I am so impressed by what she can do with swearing. It's impressive. And sure enough, she has her mom on there. Her mom doesn't even care at all. Like her mom is just flowing right with it. I don't know if her mom was joining in on that, but her mom was like, she knows her daughter.
Her mom's just like, this is art.
So yeah, good stream. Yeah, it's always good to see that being embraced live on stream. Okay. Meanwhile, yeah, we did have Kobo. And let's see here. This was I think this is I still have to watch the stream. I haven't had time. I think this is the opening screen here, her on the way animation. I don't know what to make of this look here, but looking fun.
The facial expression.
Minnow Candy saying, my mom would say that's not ladylike while cursing. All right, yeah, I've heard good things about this debut, especially. Yeah. Let's see here. Did she make a whole website for the introduction? Kind of. She has a lot of programming languages, actually, that she's very much adept at here. So not only does she know some Bahasa Indonesian, which she's a pro at, she knows some kind of broken English, she knows weeb level Japanese, but also HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Yeah. There are some, it's interesting, there are actually, even in Hololive, there's some of the talents know some different types of like, not only just like SQL, but I've even heard one of them has COBOL knowledge, which is like, what? That's a nearly dead programming language. Like that's really out there. Yeah. The CSS shaman, that's good. And also later in, basically so the whole thing is she's a rain shaman, but she's also kind of advertising for herself. So she made like her own website complete with user reviews and a contact form. This is kind of brilliant, actually, now that I look at it. 5 stars out of 5. The rain shaman is cute. Contact, call my name 12 times gently with all your heart. Aw. Yeah, this is good. So we'll definitely be talking more about this tomorrow. Yeah, the website debut. Excuse me. So yeah, if I may ask, just while we're on it, naturally you have presentation skills, musical skills, and things like that. But it sounds like you have some artistic skills. Would you say you have like illustrative kind of hobbies or background as well?
A little bit, yeah. A lot of the content that I used to have to do for work and as well, I had to know Photoshop, I had to know Illustrator, I had to know basically the entire Adobe suite. So that was part of the prerequisite for it. And if you have an art team that can't give you the thing you need, then you have to be able to pull that out of your butt like in 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So stuff like that. But I do like to do a little art in my free time. It would be really nice to be able to learn art more because I haven't really done it in a very long time. And I mean, I certainly would not be like an art streamer by any means. I don't feel like I have that skill level, but I'd like to learn, right? I'd like to be able to like relearn the fundamentals and maybe just do art again. That would be a lot of fun. I haven't done it in a very long time.
I always try to encourage Lady whenever she can to do art streams, just because my understanding, I have no illustrative skills at all. It's like, again, I always say it's like art. It's like sorcery to me.
Really?
But
really? Why? I gotta know why. Why?
I mean, I think it goes back to this moment I had all the way back in high school, and I hadn't had like a serious art class until like high school, like a serious art class of any kind.
Right.
So there wasn't any kind of fundamentals I was given. I never took it up as a hobby. And so it came time when I was in like a real art class. And so we just had to do like a drawing of a cat. And it kind of occurred to me, like, I've never drawn a cat in my entire life. And I'm literally about to graduate high school here. This is how late into high school it was.
I've never drawn a cat in my life, but I'm about to walk away with my diploma.
And exactly. So I try it, and it ends up looking like ends up looking more like the Sphinx than an actual cat. Even I look at it and I'm like, how did this happen? What went wrong here?
Look, there was an attempt, though. That's the thing. It's like a skill, right? You gotta practice at it to get better of it. So like
the look on the art teacher's face when I handed this in was, I've never seen that look on an adult before or since. I don't know. They had nothing to say to it. They just kind of like froze when they saw it.
This is a thing. Thanks for turning it in. Have a great rest of your life post high school. Enjoy college.
So I just never had, I guess, the incentive, to get into illustrating. Lady saying, no, you are only born with art skills. Yeah, right, lady. Yeah, right. Okay. Very cute. But my understanding, the weak ones perish naturally. Yeah, okay. Again, my understanding is, the more you keep up with it, the better for you. So yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm excited about. I have a lot of really good friends that do fantastic art. Party Demoness, Cabal, Salty. Like, they're all fantastic artists, and I'm just like, I want to do art. But hey, little bit of time, little bit of skill. We'll get there.
Hopefully we'll have a Cabal on soon. I mean, maybe I'll get back with him probably tomorrow.
Cab's a good fella.
Yeah,
Cab's a good fella.
I see him in your chat from time to time, and we are planning to have him on the show, maybe even as soon as next week or the week after. So we'll see what we can arrange for him. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So fun debut here this morning. Also, Ollie saying, Kobo, I'm sorry, I'll never bully you again. That's not going to be true. That's a lie, but we'll capture that and hold Ollie to that. Meanwhile, Hickox Bell's also noticing the debut, saying Powerhouse, holy. And it's I'm hearing good things about the debut, so I'm looking forward to it, and we'll talk about that more tomorrow, everybody. Okay. Also, we had Zentreya, V Shoujo's Rocking Red Dragon, pull off a bunny cosplay look. So we'll definitely mention that again tomorrow. And this is apparently going to be the last actual look for this model, the very last one. So a lot of people were confused, like what she was talking about when she said the last model last look, because that's the last one for this model. Going forward, and we now have confirmation, Project Zen will be showing up on May 20th, so a little under 2 months from now. May 20th is coming up. We've seen it. If you've been, I think I could swear it's Uni with Vyugan, who is in charge of the design here. So if you've been in some of her streams or maybe been on some of her Twitter, you might have seen it. It's an awesome look. I'm a big fan. But that's coming up on May 20th, so got plenty of time. So you had mentioned, Pumpkin, that you have, a large affection for Halloween. Are you planning anything even this early on yet for like a Halloween streams, or even just all of October, or are you getting ready for any of that, or any other holidays or any other kind of anniversaries already?
Right now, well, let me just get this out that Halloween is like a month-long celebration for me.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
Yes. So so like the 1st of October, like we're in. Let's go, But the only thing I think that I'm gonna be probably like doing any major celebration about is I have a birthday coming up in July that I'm preparing for, which may have some new model and some new backgrounds that I'm very excited for. So I'm getting an update, my first update, and so we'll see how that goes. And I'm hoping to debut it by then, but if not, that's okay.
Thank you very much, Moon, for the 10. Love the old cartoony look. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
That was going to be one of our typical kind of asks, like if you had any plans for a new look. And now it sounds like maybe we can hopefully see it in July.
Yeah, I'm really hoping so. But that's going to depend on the modeler's speed.
It does.
Yeah.
I can say it's one of those things where when you put up a date, you feel so beholden to it. But from my actual experience, like your audience generally is always going to be totally understanding if it gets pushed back a little bit. Like it's usually never a big deal of any kind. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I have such an understanding group of people that, when things come up where I just say like, hey, I'm really sorry, fellas, I wasn't able to get that done for you in time, but next weekend, and they're always like, yeah, no problem. Like it's not a big deal. They're just happy to be part of the community, which I think is amazing. So, but yeah, I'm shooting for it. But if it doesn't happen, if it's a week or a month after, that's okay too. It's fine. People have lives outside.
We have a lot of guesses already in chat as to what it may be. How
come y'all saying colored model? I'm never gonna be in color.
Oh.
No, color's never gonna happen. But I will tell you. I'll give you a little something. Okay. I will tell you that I'm going to be getting a little bit more of the 1930s treatment, if you will. So we're gonna be moving a little bit further away from like the structured anime look and a little bit more into like the true style of that era, which I'm very excited about. So, but still black and white. That's still me. That's still who I am, and I don't plan to change that anytime soon. But yeah. So I'm excited about it.
That's right, Fred. You heard it here first. Toe tracking. No, what toe tracking?
Oh God, no.
Toe tracking. Zatham, thank you very much for the 10. Not even not even Technicolor.
Not even Technicolor, pal. Not even Technicolor. No.
Zatham, thanks so much for the 10. Much appreciated. Noodly arms. Who knows? We'll see. Rubber hose upgrade. Okay.
I will say nothing more than exactly what I've said.
I do have to say, of your current model, you and actually Cabal, I think, have some of the best hand tracking around. You implement. That's the Leap Motion you're using right now? Is that correct?
I'm using the new Ultra Leap. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have the Ultra Leap. I don't use it anywhere near as much. I'm gonna have to ask for some advice on probably some settings on that, to be honest. But yeah,
I'm happy to help out.
Fantastic use of. I don't know. There's something about it that really does actually bring in just one more extra step of immersion. When you have that particular effect.
And when I was first getting into VTubing, I really had to make that decision of whether I wanted a 2D or wanted
Yes.
a 3D. And me as a person, I talk with my hands like this all the time. So
okay.
that was one of my major decisions. I was like, okay, we have to go with a 3D model because I need motion to be able to express myself and talk as I do naturally. So this was like the purchase. I know people say don't go hard on spending a lot of money, but I was like, no, this is like the one piece of equipment that I do actually need. So this is why.
Yeah. There's always different approaches, like and how all out you go when you start, right?
Yeah.
It's unfortunately not a well, depending on your approach, it may be either a fairly expensive hobby or a very expensive hobby.
We're getting there. We are getting there. And because you don't really know, right? You don't really know when you first start out whether it's going to be for you, right?
Right.
So you don't want to go out there dropping 4,000 moolah on a big model that a month later, I'm not really into this. I don't want to do this anymore. It's a waste. So, but yeah, I've kind of noticed as I've gone, it's been like, oh, I'm going to go buy this thing. And then, oh, I'm going to buy this thing. And now I look back at my taxes and I'm like, I have spent a lot of money, but it's all in good fun, and no, it's something I still really enjoy. So if I can just do little upgrades here and there, and yeah, I'm happy with that.
And moving on, I saw this meme, and it's a bit too real for me. We have this coming from Lelia Yumaru. You finally catch a stream of a friend. You finally catch a stream of a friend who has been supporting you and your content for a while. And then you realize you aren't following them.
I don't like this because I'm in it.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much of this where you'll follow them back maybe on Twitter, right? Like if you see them, if you're so lucky enough to even see that they're following you on Twitter.
Oh no.
But then it doesn't occur to you like, oh my God, I got to follow them on YouTube and Twitch right now. And so then you show up to a stream later and you're like, oh man, I gotta follow them now. I might forget again, but they're streaming, so they might see that I haven't followed yet, even though we've been friends for like months now.
Oh, stop calling me out! I'm supposed to be here as a guest.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yes.
It's this exact same thing that keeps happening every.
Oh no.
it's going to keep happening. I know. There's just I can't preemptively follow as much as I like. So.
No, I've had that happen a couple times just this week, and I hate it. There's a couple of friends, and one of my pals. He's brand new to the VTubing world. He just debuted back on March 6th, as a matter of fact. Heckin' good bean, and I was so excited, and I like retweeted his debut, and I'm like, fellas, go look at this debut, like go check out this person. I get to his stream, and I wasn't even following him. And so then you have to go through that piece of anxiety, right, pal? You got to go through that thing of like, do I do it now?
Right.
But it's gonna pop on his stream, and then he's gonna know. You gotta have this moment.
Big Bro's big debut, was that him?
Yeah. It was Rezi. So you always feel bad. You always feel a little bad. You're like, I really should have just done that, but why didn't I do it before?
So, I was just wondering if I was alone in that. Now I know I'm not. So
no, you are not alone in that. That's cursed. That's a cursed meme.
This also has 4,200 likes, by the way. So I think there's a lot of others that have experienced this. Jesse Lockhart, thank you very much for the 5. Will Pumpkin's Papa be Tex Avery, Fritz Felling, or Chuck Jones? Ooh.
I got a lot of papas, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
If I had to choose just one, it'd be Chuck Jones. If I had to choose.
Thank you, Jesse, for the 5. Lady saying, I just follow on the spot. If they say something, embarrassment lasts 1 hour.
Lady keeping it real.
Braver than I. Yeah. All right. We also have Girl DM. Twitch, Discord partner, TikTok sometimes. And you guys may have saw that I tweeted out about this last night, but it's true. 80,000 head pat redeems over 8 million channel points used. My arms are so tired, now I go on vacation from stream till Thursday. That's right. She was actually head patting herself with actual physical motion tracking.
Wow.
80,049 times physically. Good cat. Yeah. I think they'd been like building up over some time, so that was fun. She probably, if we scroll down here, we can probably see other fun things that she's retweeting, of course. But did she go bald, chat? Did she go bald? Is there any hair left on the top of her head or not? Oh my god. Yeah, no, there is not. It's gone. We have Jemana is here giving us, as we expected, bald
I'm sure
cat.
it'll grow back.
So we'll be looking forward to her returning, but just a fun little feat there. I've seen ones where she did it a few hundred times, but 80,000 times? I have no idea. All right. We also have Hachima with Hololive Japan, Worldwide Strongest Idol. She was doing some kind of meme review and came across this. The two kind of dog meme, right? So, on one hand, we have Mume, who was excusing herself, saying, I got a laptop for school, civilization duty. So there's kind of a role play element, right? Where Mume is in college right now, and she's trying to still keep up with the role play. Hachima's over it. She's been in the game for a long time. And also is in college right now and is not having it. Just saying, hey there, my manager told me I couldn't skip registering classes, so I'm going to end the stream now. So, just the dichotomy between the two. Now, here's the problem. Here's where everything breaks down. We don't think Hachima understands this meme. So what we think is Hachima actually thinks that these two dogs are like at war with one another. So she's immediately declared war on Mume because she's in the meme. So if you see anything come out of that, that's our understanding. Maybe it wasn't translated quite. Maybe the translation was maybe it was lost in translation. So if you hear about a college girl war, that's what it's about. Just want to keep you guys up to date on the college girl war. Oh, excuse me. Okay. What else do we have here? I think we're kind of coming to somewhat close to the end here. But yes, Muna Hoshinova with Hololive Indonesia once again was confirmed through Hololive Indonesia that she has come down with COVID-19. So she's just recuperating now. She's doing really good. Sek, thank you for the 100. Thank you very much for Zagate. Excuse me, Zagate. Thank you for the 100. Much appreciated. So she's come down with some of that. Yeah, good. Well, soon, Mona. And so she said here, I was like in the middle of sleeping and I felt like everything was moving. Quote, is this an earthquake? Then I tried to wake up and focus on my water bottle, but the water looks so calm. And then I realized my temperature is getting high again. So she actually thought when she woke up, she was in an earthquake. That's just how much it was hitting her there. We do have one of the users saying, oh no, lots of rest moons. Hope you get better soon. Yeah. So it's one of those interesting times where, we're a little aware, but get well, Muna. Yeah. Okay. And lastly, or at least one of the last things we'll be talking about, we're back with Nijisanji English one last time. I'm going to do something dangerous. I'm going to scroll a little bit here on Finana Ryagu's Twitter. This should be safe now. Okay, so Finana Ryagu, the tropical mermaid with Nijisanji English, also known as Fish, she now has an alternate sub account where she keeps the more risque stuff there. So it should be safer, right, guys? I can scroll on here without much issue. I'm going to take it slow. The reason being is she, as you can see here in her schedule, She's on vacation. She's on vacation with a fellow Nijisanji English member, Pomu Rainpuff. More offline collabs like crazy right now with Nijisanji English. So tomorrow they're going to do a stream together, and they're on vacation together. And it was very sweet, actually. She actually had a whole, I think she made a whole PowerPoint presentation for her parents to convince them to let her, go off on her own. She's probably totally of age and could do it anyways, but she had this whole presentation for her parents, actually.
That's cute.
They agreed. It was all good. And, yeah, we have some IRL stuff, appetizers. They're on a ramen lunch date. This is what got me, though, this morning. So this tweet comes out. Oh gosh, how did I wake up before Pomu? I thought I'd be the one sleeping in for a while. Good morning, I suppose. This was a trick. Because I believe this was a trick, because as we found out, Pomu was she was talking about Finana's sleeping face and saying she has slept through her alarm 3 times, letting us know that this was actually likely a scheduled tweet. She did not wake up before FOMO. This was all just as planned. That's how I was reading into it. We'll maybe follow up with this tomorrow. But yeah, we have more offline collabs happening here with Nijisanji. Oh, goodness.
Imagine how embarrassing that would be, if that was put up and then at the bottom it says something like, scheduled with TweetDeck.
Oh, no, wait, yeah, okay, wait.
I would check.
I'm blanking here. Does it say that? Does it say that? Hold on. I can check my own, right? I'm gonna check myself. Oh, no, that's not me. That's not me at all.
Sometimes they'll actually say that. It'll say it's scheduled by TweetDeck or scheduled through a Hootsuite or something. Little community management tip for you. It'll actually say it on the tweet sometimes.
Twitter web app is what it had for this morning's one that I scheduled of us. Oh, no, wait. No. That's wrong. This is our newer one. Hold on. Wait a second. I'm about to check myself and wreck myself just together. TweetDeck, there it is.
In 4K.
There it is. I thought I was being all savvy, making guys think I was up at 9 in the morning.
No.
On a weekend.
Outed in 4K. In black and white.
That's right. Twitter for Android. We are androids here. Yeah. Blast. All right. Well, just be aware that I care about you guys. And also, I think most of my tweets do really well in the morning, so that's why I schedule a lot. But yeah.
Hey, I respect that. You know your metrics. I respect that.
But yeah, actually, I have to say, it's an interesting thing when I see you have a very clean Twitter, if I may say.
Thank you.
Not a lot of excess there. Everything's very to the point. What do you think of the power users of Twitter, if I may, just really quickly? Is there...
Define power user.
More like...
Can you give me an example?
I guess there's 2 examples. There's folks that just can't get off Bird app, right? They can't stop Twitter. But there's also other folks that have a following anyway, so anything they tweet out breaks out anyway. So why stop, right? Would you recommend even to the people with the big followings to just tweet like crazy, or should even they slow down?
No, I definitely wouldn't recommend that. There is something called content fatigue. And False, you might know what this is, but I don't know if your audience does. So there's a thing called content fatigue, and when I mention content fatigue, what this is y'all ever see a commercial on TV, right? And you're watching a show and it's the same commercial 9 times and you're just done. Oh, that's content fatigue. And that happens on Twitter too. So if you post 25 times a day, you're more likely to get people to actually unfollow you, pals, because they're just tired of seeing you every minute of every day. So Like, this is a factual thing. It exists. Like, you learn all about this and about, like, when you're doing tweets and how to schedule them and when to schedule them and how to schedule them to avoid this specific thing. So I always worry a little bit when I see, what was your terminology for that? Busy?
I'm just thinking like, nonstop, like just tweets, right? Like
powerhouse
power user.
Power users. That's what it was. Yeah. So when I see that, I always get like a little worried because like the golden zone is like 3 to 5 like a week, but I see like 15 a day from some people, and I'm like, oh my, like I respect what you're doing, but I worry a little bit that people are going to unfollow you because of that. So yeah, I tend to keep things a little clean. I generally tweet when I feel it's necessary that I need to, or I just have something fun and kind of off the wall to say once in a while. But for the most part, I tweet what's relevant and what needs to be done, mostly.
Yeah, I mean, what would possess someone to just randomly make a tweet about not to flex or anything, but they can make sandwiches? What kind of madness sets in when you're driven to make a tweet like this? It's just.
Despite the fact that that's actually about food, there's a term for that. It's called snackable. And snackables are basically tweets or anything similar to that doesn't really have like a major purpose. Like, it's not really like a scheduled event or thing.
Wow.
But they are small pieces of consumable content. They call it snackables.
Yeah.
That's snackables right there. Just little tiny like, oh hey, I saw this thing. Or hey, I forgot to check the expo on the Mayo.
Yeah,
and
lady
think
actually,
it's funny, you know?
Lady actually attempts to make herself relatable, unlike myself. This is like, okay, streams now. Okay, video's out. Okay, yeah. I almost think like sometimes I'm a little bit too much like, okay, here's the content, and I don't make enough of these, I think, actually, you know, to make it kind of like a fun.
Snackables are kind of fun because they allow people to kind of get to know the person behind the content a little bit. So, you know, like if you've got a ton of content that's just go, and you just throw in a snackable, people like that kind of thing. I say, you know what? I say go for it.
We have one last example of something like that right here, and this will be close to what we end on. This is from Bao, whale tuber, saying, warning about moving in IRLs, because she's moving right now. There are no Animal Crossing sound effects when I move furniture. I can't store every piece of furniture I own in my pocket. I can't bury my old furniture in the ground for free storage, and I can't even change my wallpaper to an animated scenery of space. The worst part, I can't even hit my neighbors every day with a shovel and surround them with the pitfall traps if I want them to move out. So
Bao's out here living her best life.
Congratulations again to her. She just got her house, but she's learning.
That's such good news for her. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Probably been a long time coming for her. So, awesome. Yeah, we're gonna get probably going here in a moment, but Pumpkin.
Yeah.
What's coming up for you? What can we look forward to? Oh, it looks like you're at 3,000 followers now. Cool.
Wait, what?
You're on 3,000 followers on Twitter.com.
Oh. Thank you. Thanks, fellas. Holy moly. Well, stuff that's coming up for me. I have a lot more piano streams coming up. I'm currently learning some more video game music that people have been requesting. So I've got some piano streams coming up this week, probably on Wednesday. This Friday, we're doing a fun stream. Or excuse me, not Friday, Saturday. We're doing a fun stream because we were talking about like a lot of the corporate cringe stuff that goes on. Like when you see like Skittles post something out from their corporate account and they're
don't
be a sussy baka, eat Skittles, and you're like, what? So we're gonna talk about that. People apparently were interested to hear my position on that, given my career level, and so I was like, you know what, let's just get a bunch of corporate cringe, put it together, and we will do a review based upon that and talk about why these are bad. So we're gonna do some stuff on that. obviously, I got a new model, some backgrounds coming on down the line at some point in the next few months. But other than that, that's pretty much what I've got planned. I got some music that I'm working on right now, some Peggy Lee covers, and yeah, that's pretty much it for me right now.
And just to confirm, it sounded like was that going to be Friday or Saturday for that?
That's going to be this upcoming Saturday on Saturday the 2nd. Yes.
Plenty of time to get ready for that one.
Yeah.
Should anyone be? Should we be forwarding on any cringe? Would you like us to do that, or is there a way?
You are more than happy to forward any cringe. I actually set up a channel in my Discord for people to drop Twitter, like corporate Twitter cringe into, so I can just go through that and we can just one by one down through the stream. I think it'll be a lot of fun. But I expect to become literally concave with the amount of cringe that we're going to be experiencing. It's going to be bad. I've seen some bad stuff. The Pringles thing, specifically.
Corporate cringe review, I feel like Nags would like Pumpkin if it relates to marketing. Okay, yeah. All the fun possibilities for collabs in the months to come, certainly, yeah. So once again, folks, we have Pumpkin's link down to her Twitter below, and that has links to her Twitch and Discord. And on her Twitch, also has a link to her YouTube. So lots of ways to check out her accounts. Highly recommend you, if you can, to give those a follow. Again, also, if you'd like to go ahead and give that a like down below on this very stream, or if you're watching it later on the video, that always helps us push out some cool VTubers. Such as Pumpkin and others. Again, we are potentially looking at having Cabal. Maybe next week, maybe the week after. We'll see what's good for him. And we also have Lady's birthday coming up. So that's going to be here sooner than later. That's going to be in about 3 weeks from now, actually. Yeah, it's going to be in 3 weeks from now. On April 17th, we'll have Lady's birthday. We probably have a surprise or two. We'll see if those come about. It's just like we were talking about for your birthday in July. It's like we'll see what we can get done by then.
You plan it, you hope for the best, and what happens. It's just kind of how it goes.
So we'll definitely try to see if we can be here on YouTube a little bit of that day, and we might also hop over to Twitch. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But great. Well, thank you again so much for coming on with us today. And once again, folks, thank you for checking us out. We'll be back tomorrow on Twitch, probably Monday through Saturday as normal, with more things VTubers say. There we go. All right. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for stopping in. And we'll see you soon. Later.
Bye, friends. Have a good one.